You might have heard of PFAS, PFAS, which are also known as forever chemicals. I want to help you to understand where you come in contact with them, what they do to your body, and most importantly, what you can do to pull them out. So, interestingly, there are more than 15,000 man-made chemicals that come under the heading of PFAS. And about 97% of Americans have these chemicals floating around in our bloodstream. They are used in non-stick applications. The whole reason they're used is because they don't break down. You know, it makes the non-stick surface last longer. But the problem is that when they eventually do break down or absorb into your skin or the material that you're consuming, then they also don't break down and go away. So here are the things that PFAS contribute to from a health standpoint: cancer, cardiovascular disease, liver disease, diabetes, thyroid disease, immune system suppression, birth defects, and trouble with infertility. You know, you guys, these are the things that we just have rampant in our population. And I'm not saying that PFAS are the only cause, but they are certainly a driving factor in these diseases because we're all exposed to these chemicals. So I remember when nonstick cookware first came out. Oh my gosh, what a lovely invention, and everyone was so excited about it, or at least everybody that did dishes was so excited about it. And then I remember in the old days scrambling eggs for breakfast in a nonstick skillet, and you notice, ooh, it's starting to scrape off a little bit, and ooh, some of this got in the eggs. Well, let's pick it out to the best of our abilities. You guys, who knows how much of this stuff I consumed, you know, back in the day when we didn't realize, and I didn't realize, I was like 20 years old. I had no idea how bad it was. But PFAS exists in places that you may not know about. First of all, it's an industrial pollutant, so it's in our water supply. So if you do not filter your water, you're getting exposed then. Let's say you filter your water that you consume, but you're taking a shower. Well, when you shower, all that steam you're breathing in, you're absorbing through your skin, so you get exposed in that way. But here's a list. Any fast food packaging, it's like a grease repelling packaging, like you get a burger wrapped in or something like that, those have PFAS. Anything that is water resistant, so like your Gore-Tex on the athletic wear that you get, rain gear, that kind of thing, your Scotch Guard on your couches, your chairs, those kinds of things. It's in dental floss. Can you imagine a more intimate exposure than just flossing your teeth with PFAS-covered floss? You have to do a search or look on the label to find one that does not have these forever chemicals. It's awful. Microwave popcorn, I'm sorry to tell you, the insides of those bags are covered with chemicals in the PFAS family. Your carpet, you know, the stain-resistant treatments that your carpet has. Dry cleaning chemicals contain PFAS. Certain cosmetics. And finally, pesticides. So it's no wonder that 97% of Americans have these chemicals floating around in our blood. And they contribute to so many horrendous illnesses and chronic conditions that we don't want to just throw up our hands and say, oh my gosh, we're doomed. There are things you can do about it. So recently there was a study done by University of Massachusetts at, I believe it was Amherst, and in conjunction with the University of Boston. And what they did is they developed techniques to be able to measure these chemicals in people's blood and urine and fecal matter. So they measured people at a starting point, and then they had ideas about what could pull these toxins out of the body. They measured each one of these ideas to see how effectively can it pull out. Well, number one was fiber. And not just any old fiber that kind of gels in the body. So chia seeds are a good example. If you've ever mixed chia seeds in your yogurt or in a smoothie or something like that, it creates that bit of gel. So gel-containing fibers, activated charcoal, and sweating all help to remove these chemicals from the body. In fact, the fiber alone, with 4 weeks of consumption, removed 8% of what people were carrying. So you guys, this is something that needs to be done on a regular basis because we are constantly being exposed to these chemicals.